Good morning, children. Today we'll continue about Python. That is, we're going to use the operators, arithmetic, assignment, and logical operators. Let's see the different operators. Let me share the screen with you. So today we're going to learn about the arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational, logical, and unary operators. Let's start right away. The very first operator that we're going to learn is arithmetic operator. We already done these type of things, but still I'll be showing it to you. So let's see, the first thing, the value of x I've given it as is equivalent to 7, and the value of the value of x I've given is equivalent to 7, and the value of y is equivalent to 2 I've given. So if I say x plus y, I'm getting the value as 9. If I say x minus y, get the value as 5. That is 7 minus 2 is then x into y. That is 7 2s are 14. Then I want to use division, x divided by y. I'll definitely get it in point because 2 3s are 6, 3.5 I'll get, so 3.5. And if I want a rounding up, I need to put a double slash and then give it, so I'll get a round up figure. Then the next one is exponents. So if I say x exponent of y, then that will become, I'll get 49 because 7 7s are 49. Then that is 7 into 2, that is 2 times of 7. Then if I want a remainder, x and the module y, and then it will tell you how much is the remainder. 7 if I say 2 3s are 6, 1 will be remainder, so I must get the remainder as 1. Now can we combine operators? Yes, we can combine operators. Suppose if I say 6 plus 8 plus 3 minus 4, I'm giving my own things. You can see the value is 13. So 6 plus 8 is 14. 12, 13, 14. 14 plus 3 is 17. 17 minus 4 should give you 13. So that is 13. Let's do it with multiplication also. Okay. 7 into 2 plus 5 minus 4. So 7 2s are 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. Okay. 19 minus 4 is 15. So 15 is the answer. And now we have operators. The operators, they precede each other. That is, they have priority. In the list, the smallest is the addition and the subtraction, right? The addition and the subtraction. And the second next one is the multiplication and the division, and then the highest is the exponents. Let's try. Suppose if I give 8 plus 2 into, I'm going to say 8, and I'll say first plus 2 into 3. Which exponent has first priority? It is a multiplication. So it does the multiplication. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 8. It does that way. So you see what will happen. It gives you 14. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. But I don't want it that way. I want 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 into 3. So what I should do? I need to use the parenthesis. That is, I need to put 8 plus 2 into the parenthesis, and then I should say multiply it by 3. Then I'll get 30. I hope you understood this. The next operator that we are going to see is your assignment operator. The assignment operator, it assigns values. That is, it uses the equal to sign to assign value. So let's try out this. Here it's given here x is equivalent to x plus 2. What's the value of x? 7. So 7 plus 2 will become 9. So we'll try it out. Does it come? X. Now I'm changing the value of x. Instead of saying x is equivalent to 7, I'm saying x plus 2. That is 7 plus 2. It will give you 9. If I now check the value of x, it is 9. And if I say x plus is equivalent to 2, what will happen? It will again add another 2, and it will give me the value as 11. Can you see? And now I want to do multiplication. So if I say x into is equivalent to 3. So what it does? Now the x value is how much? 9. 9 into, that is 3 times is equivalent to 3. So what will I get? I'll get the answer as 33, right? Now, because 11 3s are 33. Now the value of x is 11. 11 into the 3 times. Now here he says, can I assign values separately? I am saying a comma b, last time only we did, is equivalent to, I'm saying 5 comma 6. Can I get the value? That means a value is 5 and b value is 6. So if I say a, and if I call for a, I'll get 5 as a value, and if I call for b, I'll get 6 as a value. I hope you understood this part of the assignment operator. Now next one is your relational operator. So I'll take a new screen because you won't be able to see. In this case, relational operators means you are finding which is greater and which is smaller in this case, which value is greater, and which relation allows you to compare things. So now here in this case, I'm taking the relational operator, I'm comparing two values. The value a variable a has value 5 and variable b has value 6. Let's try it out and do it and see the different relational operators. Okay, we'll see the greater than, lesser than, equal to operators. Okay, now I'm taking the value of a is equivalent to what I said, 5. Now I'm using a variable value is 5, b is equivalent to 6. So if I say a is greater than b, will I get the answer as true or false? I'll say smaller, I'll start saying is a is less than b. Yes, because b value is 6 and a is 5. So yes, it's less than. So the answer comes as true. But if I say a is greater than b, what will happen? The answer will come as false. And if I say a is equal to b, it will come as false because one is 5, one is 6. And suppose if I change the value of a is equivalent to, I'll say even a is 6. What will happen? If I check the value of a now is 6. And now if I say a is equal to b, then I'll get the answer as true. Then there are others, lesser than and equal to. Right now, both a value and b value are the same. So if I say a lesser than or equivalent to b, the answer will come as true because both are same. You can check it with false by changing the values, and then a is greater than or equivalent to b, the value is true. And if I say a, this sign says not equal to, not equivalent to b. Is it not equivalent to b? It is equivalent to b. So what should I get the answer? The answer should come as false. Hope you understood assignment operator. This is simple mathematics which you do every day in your class. Now relational operators, so that was relational, sorry. That was relational operators. Now we will do logical operators. Logical operators is when we have two conditions. What we do is we combine them so that we can use the operators like and, or, and not. Let's see how we use the logical operators. I'll close off this thing and I'll start a new screen because then otherwise you won't be able to understand. So here in this case is taken the value of a is 5 and the value of b is 4. Okay. The value of a is 5 and the value of b is 4. Sorry. And this is taking quite some time. I can't see the values because I need to show you so that you'll understand correct things. Okay. Now, and then it says a is less than 8. Now, is a less than 8? And b is less than 5. Is just taken some value. Is a less than 8? Yes, a is less than 8. And is b less than 5? Yes, b is less than 5. So both the conditions are true. So how do I write it? But so I'll say a is equivalent to 5 and I'll say b is equivalent to 4 as the values are given, and then I'll use this a is less than 8 and I'm using the and operators. You can and b is less than 5. What will happen? I'll get the answers true because both are less than the values that are mentioned. And suppose if I say, I'll make one value greater and one value, one value lesser and one value greater. So I'll say A is, I'll say A is less than 8. Yes, the value is 3. True. And I'll say B is less than 2. Is B less than 2? No. B is greater than 2 but less than 5. So what will the answer come? So even if one value is not true, then the answer comes as false. Both should be true in the AND operators. Clear? So you can check the truth table. I've put a truth table here. Let's see. So if both conditions, one mentions true and 0 mentions false. So both the conditions are false, then the output also you will get it as false. If one is false and the other is true, it is false again. If one is true, X is true and Y is false, false. Both conditions should be true. That is, X should be true and Y should be true. Then I'll get the condition as true. So let's check the next one, the OR operators. So again, here in this OR operators, let's check what it here in this case, it reverses the output. Okay, so let's say A is less than 8 or B is less than 2. So true as one condition is true. In this case, even if one condition is true, it accepts it as true. Let's see. Yeah, it's giving true. But in AND operators, even if one condition is false, then the answer comes as false. But in OR operators, even one condition is true and the other is false, you get it as true. And suppose if I say both are not true, that is, I'll say A is less than 5 and or B is less than 2. In this case, A is less than 5. No, it's equivalent to 5 and B is not less than 2. So what will happen? Both the conditions are false. So I'll get the answer as false. Let's see the NOT table. Now NOT table reverses the action. So X will become true, not X. So we'll see how this works. Now X value, no, I think X, whatever is the value, it's not, let's see in the next, I must have given you practicals. That reverses action, I'll show it to you later. Let's see this logical operators. Or condition. We are in which page number? Okay, I hope you understood that OR condition. Let's see unary. Unary means, unary means 1, binary means 2. So it's basically related to the operation as unary means 1, binary means 2. We have a concept of negotiation. That is, the NOT operators, let's read it. The NOT operators in Python can be used only in unary form. Okay, can be used only in unary form, which means negation. It returns the results that is opposite to the operand. Let us try, say, the value of 7 and assign it to n. Okay, so I am giving the value n. I'm sorry. We'll say n is equivalent to 7. Okay, and what will happen? If I say -7, now the value is n is 7. But if I say say n, it will give me 7. But if I say minus n, then what will I get the answer as? I'll get the negative answer, that is -7. And if I say n equivalent to minus n, say -7. Now here in this user output, in this next thing that we are learning, this is called print function. You can just try out this one. We'll try it out now only. So when we say input, it asks us the value for it. So if I say, let's try out name, I'm giving a string here. I'll say BRJC. So it's a string. It's not accepting because I didn't put it in inverted commas, name, and I have to put it BRJC. You can use string with a single or a double, but both the sides should be same. Oh, I didn't put an equal to. I'll start it on a new screen. I'm not able to see in this. So user input, see, one is a, what should I say, a string, and right here, this is string. So if I say name is equivalent to, and I'll say BRJC. So that's the name, and then I'll say number. I want to input some number, but it should ask me, and then I should give the value. So if I want my the program to ask me for the input, then I should say input and ask me for the whatever enter value I want. Enter a value. So what will happen in this case? It will ask me enter a value. So sorry, the spelling of enter went wrong. So I said value is 12. So then, and if I say print num, what will happen? It will give me the value. It gives me the value as 1. So like that, x is, and print x means it will give you value of x. So if I say x is equivalent to 15, and then if I say print x, I have to put the x in the bracket, which I'm not doing it. So it will show me 15. I did not put the brackets. You need to put the brackets for this. I hope you understood. Now, here are some of your strings, how strings can be used with single or double quotes. And if you're making a multiple string, it's denoted with triple quotes. These are some of the operators. As you're using more of your programs, you'll be using all these things. You just go through this page. Okay. And this is your fill in the blanks. Python is a high level language. Just check. I think you need to know all these answers by now. Okay, and your question answers who develop Python is Guido van Rossum. And write what are the types of tokens? Reserve, identifier, and literals. And what do you mean by data types? The data types are different: number, strings, list, tuples, and dictionary. So here, and what are the arithmetic operators? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponent, and remainder. Just now what I taught you. Also in your book, you have work to do. Here it says create a program on page number 25. Just create a program like this. Okay, I think you should try out the program. In this case, in your reader, the word int is not given. If you don't have the word int, please add the word int, because everything that is written in double quotes, if there's no int, it will accept the value as a string. It does not take it as value. It accepts the thing as a string, the number as a string. So you need to put the, so I'll try to do the sum. So I'll say num, I'll only do it with the just two numbers is equivalent to, see what will happen if I put like this. I'll just put input, okay, and then I'll say enter the first number. Okay, you can put double inverted commas or triangle. It will ask you the input. So if I say 12, and if I want to know this num is taking 12 as a value or a string, what should you do? You already learned the type command, right? So you'll say type, and you'll put num1. What will happen? It will tell you num1 is a string. So it does not accept the numbers here in this case. So how do I change it? So let me start the program again. Here I'll say num1 is equal to, I have to use the word int to convert it into an integer. And then I'll say input. Then I'll say enter the, I'll show you only with 2 numbers. You try it out with 3 numbers because I don't have time. Numbers. Enter the first number, and I use single inverted commas, and I've opened 2 brackets, so please close 2 brackets. So it'll ask you the first number. I'll say the first number is 20, and then I'll say num. 1 minute, children. It went off onto another, this one, I'll say, because it took it as new. Num2 is equivalent to, again you say int because it has to convert it into an integer. Just not put the values because the values are going into inverted commas. I'm using double inverted commas. See, you can use single or double for, no, first I'm saying second number. I have to close it with 2. So it asks me for the second number. I'll say second number is 40. Now what will I do here? I'll say sum is equivalent to num1 plus num2. Okay, num2. Okay, what will happen? And I'll say print sum. I should get, oh, sum is equivalent to 60. So then after that you can say print, you can say num1 plus num2, whatever you want, or print sum. Oh my God, something is wrong. Print sum. Okay, it prints the sum once you do it. Also try the length and breadth the same way. Say int and whatever is given to you, area and length. Try out both the sums. It's simple. It will not give an error. You try it out and you can do all the sums, I'm sure. Thank you for now. Have a nice day. Be safe.